Good morning, dear students. Now, welcome to today's class. And now, today's class will discuss about how to prepare statement of profit and loss account and the balance sheet with a one question. So, let's proceed towards it. So, here the illustration number 22, and the question says from the following trial balance prepare trading profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 20 and the balance sheet as at date. So here with this information we'll have to prepare both types of statement. First one that is income statement and second one that is position statement. That means with the help of these questions we'll have to prepare statement of profit and loss account, statement of trading profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. So here the information is being given. The debit balances, Sunday debtors. So debtor is what your item for balance sheet as we have already discussed. So this will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. And another one that is stock on 1st April 2019, that is what opening stock, and this opening stock will transfer where in your trading account. Now proceed towards the another item that is land and building. So land and building is what your part or an item of balance sheet, so it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. So here in the another item is what your cash in hand. So this is also what your assets, and it will automatically transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. So here comes towards the another item that is cash at bank. So cash at bank is what your assets for the concern, and it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. Now this is what your wages. Wages is the item for trading account, and it will transfer in your trading account debit side. And this is what the another item for bills receivable. So bills receivable is what your type of assets, and it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. Now another item that is interest, and interest is having debit balance. So debit balance of interest is what your type of expenses, and it will transfer in your debit side of profit and loss account. Bad debt is what your type of expenses, and it will transfer in your debit side of profit and loss account. Repairs also an indirect expenses as you know very well, and it will transfer in your debit side of profit and loss account. Here now comes towards the another item that is furniture and fixtures, and furniture and fixtures is type of assets for the concern. That's why it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. And this is what the another item is depreciation. Depreciation is type of expenses, and it will transfer in your statement of profit and loss account in debit side. And now let's proceed towards the another item that is rent. Rent is what your type of expenses, so this will transfer in your statement of trading profit and loss account in profit and loss account, okay, in your debit side. Salary also an item of expenses, and it will transfer in your statement of profit and loss account. Drawing also an item, but it will not transfer in your statement of profit and loss account. This will automatically deducted from your capital, okay. So it will deduct it from your capital in your liability side of the balance sheet. And now proceed towards the another question, another item that is purchases. As you know very well that purchase is an item for trading account, so it will transfer in your debit side of trading account. Now proceed towards the another item that is office expenses. So office expenses what you, it is the item of statement of profit and loss account, so it will transfer in debit side of profit and loss account. And this is what the another item that is plant and machinery. So as we know very well that plant and machinery is what your item for balance sheet, and this is what the assets for the concern, and it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. Now capital. So capital is what your type of liability for the concern, so it will transfer in balance sheet in your liability side. Interest, this is what credit balance of interest, that means it is what your income. And here the another interest, it is what your debit balance, so this is what your expenses, this is discount allowed, and this is discount received. I hope it is clear. So it will transfer in your credit side of profit and loss account. So here now comes towards the another item that is sundry creditors, and it will transfer in your liability side of the balance sheet. Sales, as you know very well, sales is what your type of income, and it will transfer in your trading account, that is credit side of trading account. And now proceed toward the another item, that is bills payable. So bills payable is what your liability, and it will transfer in your liability side of the balance sheet. And now here comes towards the adjustment, that is on 31st March 2020 the stock was valued at rupees 1 lakh. So this is what your closing stock, and closing stock will transfer in credit side of trading account, as well as it will transfer in your asset side of the balance sheet. So both the sides it will be recorded. So this 1 lakh will be recorded in trading account as well as the balance sheet as a closing stock. So now I hope you all have understood the questions very clear. Let's proceed towards its solution. So now you just see the things, as now we have discussed that opening stock, purchases, wages, that will transfer in your trading account. So like this 50,000, 1 lakh and 30,000, that will be recorded here. And this is what your sales, that is 1,70,000, and closing stock, that is 1 lakh rupees. So after doing these all things, we'll get the total. So the total of 2,70,000 here in your credit side of trading account, and here the total will be 1,80,000. So this is what less from your credit balances. So the differences amount is known as gross profit, as I told you in our online classes too. So this is what your gross profit, this is what the differences of total debit balances and total credit balances. So here the credit balances is more, that's why the differences will be recorded in your debit side, that is balancing figure. So the balancing figure of trading account will be the gross profit or gross loss. So here the balancing figure will be gross profit, that is what your 90,000. So after writing the amount of 90,000 here, the total sum of 2,70,000 will be recorded in both the side, and we close our trading account. So after recording this all things, this gross profit will automatically transfer to profit and loss account with the item of by gross profit brought down, that is what 90,000. And as we know, that is one interest items being given in credit balances. So this is what the interest received, so that will be recorded here. And interest is what your type of expenses here: bad debt, repairs, depreciation, rent, salaries, office expenses. So after recording these all expenses and the incomes, the differences right now again, that will be the net profit. So net profit is what your 23,000. As in our earlier classes too, we had already discussed in the statement of profit and loss account. So how we'll prepare the statement of trading profit and loss account, and how we'll get the amount of net profit. So like this, here also we'll get the net profit like this, and after deducting the all expenses from your incomes, the differences will get the amount of net profit, that is what your 23,000. And after recording this 96,000 in both the sides, that will be equal. Okay, so after getting the amount of net profit, this net profit will automatically added in your capital. So let's proceed towards the statement of balance sheet. So here the balance sheet, and you can see all the liabilities will be recorded here in your left hand side, and all the assets will be recorded here in your right hand side. So in your liability side, you just see the things. There is sundry creditors, bills payable, as I told you. So both the items will be 1,10,000. Here the capital, the opening balance, that is 2,50,000. That is the balances of capital being mentioned in your book. So that is what 2,50,000. Here will less the amount of drawing, as I told you, that will be deducted from your part of capital. So 20,000 will be deducted, and after deduction of this 20,000 we'll get the 2,30,000 as the amount of net capital. And in this net capital we'll add the amount of net profit, that is 23,000. So after doing these all things, we'll get the amount of 2,53,000. And now let's proceed towards the another one, that is current assets. And as you know, all the assets will be recorded in your asset side of the balance sheet. So this is what cash in hand, cash at bank, bills receivables, sundry debtors, closing stock. So after adding these all things, current assets, that will be 1,91,000. So here the another one, that is fixtures and furniture and fixtures, plant and machinery, land and building. So this is what your all uh, fixed assets. After adding these all things, we will get the amount of 1,72,000. You can write it separately also, and after adding these all items, you will get the amount of 3,63,000 here too. Okay, so if you wants to write as like this, then this will also be okay. And if you wants to write separately the items like furniture and fixtures, plant and machinery, land and building, sundry debtors, cash in hand, like this. So again, after doing these all things, you will get the same amount, that is 6,93,000. Sorry, 3,63,000, 3,63,000. So if the balance sheet will match, that means total liability and assets amount will match, then your balance sheet is correct. So I hope you will have understood this question. In balance sheet, I repeat, in balance sheet, there is only liabilities and assets will be recorded. Other than liabilities and assets, there is no items will be recorded in your statement of balance sheet. That means this position statement. So I hope you will have understood the questions very clear. So that's all for the time being. Keep practicing, and thank you all.